Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rashida. So today I'm gonna share with you guys my moving in experience. It's gonna be a kind of a moving in vlog, if you will. So last week I was very much occupied by this shifting, packing and unpacking and all of this. It was quite a draining experience for me because of all this shifting. Luckily I wasn't alone. I had my sister-in-law and a couple of friends who were there to help me during my shifting to my new apartment. Divide this video into multiple sections, like my move-in experience in section 1, and then the things that I learned in this entire process in section 2, and then do's and don'ts in section 3, and a quick apartment tour for you guys in section 4. So and also the progress so far that I did in my apartment, and also arranging my furniture. How did I do that kind of stuff in last section. Also the plans and ideas of what I'm gonna do with this space around my apartment. So yeah, having been said that, this video would be quite a lengthy video, so I've kind of segregated them into multiple sections so that you people, if you're not interested in any of the topic or section, you could skip you could skip that. So I've mentioned kind of timestamps in my description box below, so if you want, you can check them out so that you can freely jump or skip the section for your convenience. So first things first, I was actually living in a 450 small 450 square foot studio apartment, and now I've shifted into my new apartment, which is 1 bedroom 1 BHK, which is couple of miles away from my previous apartment, which is not that far. It's like almost 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes. Since the apartment was so close, I didn't opt for any U-Haul or any kind of movers. I didn't have any kind of furniture except my study desk, a couple of chairs, and my mattress, and that's all. So I thought it's kind of a doable thing without these expensive movers. Also, luckily I had my friends who kind of helped me in this moving process, and also it was kind of very near to my new apartment, so I felt I can do it kind of a thing in my own car, in my car. So I had about 7 to 8 rounds to and fro from my new apartment, from my old apartment to my new apartment, for shifting, which I felt was kind of a decent, because it was hardly 5 minutes from my old apartment. So yeah, I thought it was a good decision that I took. But the main challenge was here. My new apartment was actually on the top floor, which is on the 3rd floor. Plus, it didn't have elevator. So holding all of that stuff and climbing it till the 3rd floor was extremely exhausting task. But fortunately, I had my sister-in-law come over for the help, since she lives in the same city that I do. And also I had a couple of friends who actually helped me shifting along with me. So that was I'm kind of thankful to all of them. It could be really impossible for me if I would have done all by myself. Also, selecting the apartment and signing the lease was done at the very last moment, which also added up to my stressful shifting. So on the day of my shifting, I entered my house holding my gourd, and I had a little puja which I conducted, and then I followed a few traditions, which is like boiling milk, which was considered as one of the most auspicious acts before you enter into any new house, a new space, a new apartment. And then I made a sweet which I offered it to God, and then I started this whole moving in process. So the first thing I did was I dumped all my things in the living space or living area, if you will, and then I started arranging all the things. First and foremost thing I did was arranging my mattress in my bedroom, and then I had a few necessities which I arranged, like toilet paper, bounties, dish liquid, hand wash, hand towels kind of things in my bathroom. And then by that time I was really tired, and then I had a nap in the late afternoon, which was kind of evening, and then that's all for that day. And then the next day I kind of started arranging all my things room wise, and the last thing, or the last room I arranged was kitchen, and then patio. I actually didn't cook any meals for about 2 days, except breakfast. I missed all the mess I was in. And then once the kitchen is done, once I arranged the kitchen, I started cooking my meals, but the breakfast always remained the same, quick. That didn't change at all, no matter what. It was always at home. My first important learning from my experience of all this process is that you won't get all things in one apartment, in the sense that you won't get that ideal apartment. You won't get all the things in one apartment. For example, you don't get all your preferences, all your priorities, all the things that you wish for or dream for in one apartment. That's not gonna happen. For example, if you want an apartment on the top floor, or you want a good neighborhood, good pricing, and also good community, good neighborhood, good direction, good patio, good kitchen counters, and large storage space, and near to your office or near to the grocery store, etc., and etc., and the list goes on. So you won't get all these things in one single apartment. So there's always, in one apartment, there's always like good things in an apartment, and also downfalls about the apartment. So that's the thing I learned first. So what I did was, according to my situation, my interests, and my job, I actually wrote down 3 priorities on a piece of a paper. I actually had 4. 4th priority just in case, but I had 4. I've written down 4 in on a piece of a paper. So my first priority was space, or square foot. My previous apartment, it was so tiny that I kind of felt a little uncomfortable when guests came over. In my situation, I have friends and family who frequently come over, so it would be good for me if I had an apartment which is kind of little spacious. So yeah, that was space was kind of my first top priority. And priority was direction, because I do believe in directions and facing and all those kind of stuff. So that was my second priority. My third priority was a good neighborhood and a good closed community. In my previous apartment, I didn't have any neighborhood kind of a situation, because it was just a building and that's all. There was no neighborhood, no community, and nothing, and it was absolutely, you feel like you're kind of stuck in that building, and which I am not a big fan of. Rent apartment which I took has a good neighborhood, closed community kind of a situation, where it's good to make friends, and also to have a good morning walk, or an evening walk in your community. It kind of feels good for me, so that's kind of a thing I was looking for. Also, I had my 4th priority just in case. 4th priority was kind of a newly refurbished house, which is not kind of old. Refurbished like 3 years, 4 years back kind of a house, which is not kind of old. So luckily I found all the 4 in this apartment, but also I had downfalls of this apartment. Like I got an apartment in the 3rd floor, but I didn't have any elevator. It was a big minus. Stairs is kind of a scary thing for me, because you have to hold those grocery bags very frequently all the way to your third floor. So which is not so convenient, especially moving in and moving out is kind of a very stressful, becomes a very stressful experience, which I kind of compromised with, where also I kind of overlooked, because again, I'm in a situation, place, and in a health where I can adjust with the stairs. I'm physically okay to do that, and I'm in a situation where I can compromise with that. But yeah, again, also I also overlooked and compromised on the car parking, which they allotted. There's no kind of space allotted, fixed spot for the car parking. If you want one, then it is $40 per month, and if you want a car parking garage, then it's $200 per month. So I opted for a normal regular one, which is free one. So yeah, even that is something where I overlooked. Very important for you to write down your priorities on a piece of a paper, and also the downfalls of that apartment, and then for you to analyze is very much important. How worth are these priorities to overlook those downfalls in that apartment? Is at what cost you are overlooking those downfalls. So it's very important to have that decision making, because priorities, yes, you have those priorities, but at what cost you're kind of overlooking those downfalls is also a very major decision that you have to make. And the second learning that I had is always start looking for your apartment at least 2 to 3 months prior to your moving out date. That way you speak with so many people about the apartment. You see so many apartments with good prices. You know about different prices, and you will know about the neighborhood and at what price you're getting what. So all these details you will understand, you will learn within those 2-3 months. So those 2-3 months are actually basically required for you to understand which is better for you, which is affordable, which is costly, which is pricier, which is worth it, which is not worth it but pricier, and all of those things. You have your proper learning for that 2 months, and then you can make a decision. But you do it in the last moment, that's not going to work. So always the most important thing, start searching for the apartment 2 months prior to your moving out date. Towards the very left of my entrance, I have my washer dryer. Have some space to put laundry stuff on the rack above this washer dryer setup. And towards the right of the entrance, I have my kitchen. I like this fridge over here, which has this separate door for the freezer, just like the normal one, and also has a little water filter, which is a nice thing to have, so that you don't need extra filter which takes space on the kitchen counter. And I like the kitchen counters though, which looks stunning and all white. And this kitchen island is great, looks spacious and has a lot of storage space. And straight from the entrance we have this living area and also patio. I like the patio though, where I can see people around my window sitting on my couch. And then I have these 2 doors. One is bathroom and the other is bedroom. Bedroom was decent in terms of space and sunlight, and then my bedroom was, I felt like it was decent in terms of space and sunlight. And then my restroom here is little spacious compared to any of the previous apartments I lived in the past. It has a good storage space, and then the dressing area, which is inside my bathroom, is also spacious and felt decent for one person. So yeah, this is a little quick tour. So this looks much more cleaner now, more organized and makes sense. Here I'm just like an extra table that I had. I'm gonna put something over here which kind of matches with this. So I'm gonna do something for here. I'm thinking of a TV here, and I'm thinking for a plant here which has this little stand and this box which typically looks like this. Yeah, so I'm planning for a plant there, and yeah, this is all set. And coming to this part, this is